I'm Victoria and this is What Victoria Read. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to reflect on my 2021 intentions and then we're going to set some intentions for 2022. I will drop my 2021 intentions video in the description if you want to see that. My bookshelves, because I've just watched it back, my bookshelves look so different from this time last year, which is really interesting. And if you haven't seen one of these videos from me before, I don't set goals, I set intentions for the year. I feel like goals can be, to me, feel really restrictive and quite stressful, whereas intentions feels just better for me and more likely to happen, to be honest. So I've just watched that video, so I've got some things jotted down here. So my first intention for 2021 was to cut and donate my hair, which I did. I did this at the end of the summer, donated, I think it ended up being something like 12 inches of hair to the Little Princess Trust, which was great. So yes, that's a tick, did that one. The next intention was to read 100 books. I've definitely done that. At the time of filming this, I'm filming this towards the end of December. At the moment, I am on 155 books read, which is brilliant. I set it at 100 because I just didn't know what my workload was going to be like. This year, I have completed my PGCE and started my new job teaching, and it has just been all-consuming, to be honest. It's a job I absolutely adore, but it is very kind of all-consuming is probably the word for it. So I didn't know what my reading pace was going to be like, but reading has been so important to me this year, like more than ever. It's definitely one of those things that I need to do for my mental health and well-being. And yeah, so far I've managed to finish 155 books. I'm hoping I might be able to get to 160 by the end of the year, but I've only got about 10 days to do that, so we will see. But yes, that's a tick for that one. My third one was to finish What the Book Club Read. So for anyone that doesn't know, that was a book club that I was running to read all of the works of the novels of Margaret Atwood in publication order. That finished in May and we did complete it. We read all of the novels of Margaret Atwood. Had such a fun time running that book club and getting really nerdy talking about Margaret Atwood with other people who were interested. So thoroughly enjoyed it. I did close it after we finished the Atwood project just because I couldn't really think of any other authors that I wanted to read their complete works, and there are so many fantastic book clubs on Booktube and on the Book2Net. I didn't feel like I could do anything different, and also with my job I just haven't had the time that I wanted to put into it. So I did close it. I was sad to close it, but we did complete the project and I had a fab time, so that's a tick. My next one was to read more diversely. So I talk about it a lot more in that video, so go and have a look at that one if you want to see me talk about it a bit more. But I decided not to put a kind of number or figure on it because that felt a little bit performative. But I did want to read more diversity this year, and I definitely have. And when I say diverse, obviously I mean reading more than just white authors, more than straight authors, more than able-bodied authors. And I feel like I've had a lot more diverse reads in my reading diet this year, which is fantastic, and that will continue because I've also diversified things like my Twitter feed, my YouTube feed, and that means that I automatically get more books put in front of me from diverse authors by doing that, by interacting with other people. That means I see more books, I add them to my wish list, I add them to my GoodReads TBR, and then they end up in my hands and I read them. So I feel like I have achieved that this year. There is definitely more work to do on that, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but I do feel like I've done that this year. One video a week, kind of. So I've posted enough videos that it would average out at one video a week, but I have taken some breaks through the year, and I'm going to talk about that again in a minute when I talk about my 2022 intentions. Yeah, like I said, there are enough videos to count for one video a week, but they've not necessarily been one video a week because I have taken breaks here and there when just teacher life has got in the way. So I give myself half a point for that. I've got one more. So my last one I have definitely failed. So my last intention for this year was to run and take part in readathons, and I've not done that at all. I don't think I've taken part in a single readathon all year. I've not run any, and I've been really sad about that, but it's been one of those casualties of teacher life, basically. I just haven't had the brain space or the time to even take part. So like I said, reading's been super, like, even more important to me this year than any other year, but I didn't want the pressure of having to read certain books or fit certain prompts or go at a certain pace, because I just knew that I would end up in a reading slump. So I haven't taken part in any readathons this year, and I haven't run any either. I've had a couple of ideas, and I even got to a point with one of them where it almost happened, but I just didn't have time to get it out into the world. And yeah, I am sad to not have completed that. So those are my 2021 intentions. The year itself has been a time. It's been exhausting. We are still in a global pandemic, so obviously I've been dealing with that and trying to keep friends and family safe, and you know, kind of keep an eye on everybody's mental health as well as physical. On top of that, I have completed my PGCE to become a secondary school English teacher, and I've started my job, and my job is such a joy in my life. I just love it so much, but as everybody said, it is all consuming, and during term I'm just not very good at being a human outside of school. Thankfully I have the most supportive husband in the world who makes sure that, you know, I'm fed and getting rest when I need it and giving me hugs and cheering me on. So I'm so lucky to have him to support me, because I genuinely couldn't do this without him. But it just means that like a lot of other stuff, including Booktube, really has had to kind of be put to one side. However, Booktube and the book community has also been such a joy for me this year. My channel has grown loads. We're now on 2,200 and something subscribers. This time last year we were at just over 1,000, so I feel like it's grown loads, which is fantastic. And one thing I love about my channel and my particular corner of the internet is there's such a nice community here. Like, people chat not just to me but to other people. Everyone's really kind. We get the odd idiot who leaves a stupid comment, but they leave pretty quickly. And it's been such a joy. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me this year. I just really appreciate it, and I hope that what I've got planned for 2022 is stuff that you will enjoy. So let's talk about 2022 and intentions. So first of all, my GoodReads goal is to read 100 books. I'm going to reset it at 100. I know that's achievable, which I like. If I can get over that, then great, but I feel like 100 books, even if I have a couple of slow months, I will also have obviously 6 weeks in the summer off, and like that's where I did most of my reading this year, was in August, and that's okay. So yeah, 100 books feels achievable. Let's give it a go. My next one is to reread each month. So I've already put together a reread TBR, and I will leave that video in the description as well for you to see. But this year I only reread 3 books, which is shocking because I used to reread loads. So this year, in 2022, I'm going to be very intentional in having at least one reread from that stack in my TBR every single month. So we're going to do that. 3 is to continue reading diversely. So I want to continue making sure that my reading diet has got a variety of voices and experiences and opinions in it. I'm going to keep going with that. Number 4 is 1 video a week. Now, let's see what happens with this, because I do have to take breaks sometimes. Sometimes I just don't have the energy to film on top of everything else. So I'm not promising there will be a video every single Sunday at 9 AM, but I am intending that there will be a video every single Sunday at 9 AM. But we will see how we get on with that. This year I've really enjoyed my reading wrap-ups, which I do as kind of a monthly vlog, so those will continue. I've got a few discussion topics that I want to do, but they need a little bit more time to brew in my head before I do that. I've also got an idea for another original tag, which is always fun to do, and I'm like, there'll be loads of other stuff that comes up throughout the year. But if there are any particular videos or challenges that you want me to do, drop me a comment and let me know, because I will add those to the list. The next one that I want to do this year, so I've got 2 more intentions. The first one is to fundraise, because I feel like with the way that the world is right now, it's more important than ever before. And unfortunately, fundraising is needed, because at least here in the UK, our government is not doing what they should be doing. And so I feel like, unfortunately, it's up to us to kind of help each other out. If you're not aware, all of my AdSense for my channel goes to Mind, who are a mental health charity. I've spoken about them at length and how important they were to me a few years ago. And dropping stuff, because what would it be a What Victoria Read video without me dropping things? Yes, so all of the AdSense goes to Mind. I was monetized in March this year, which was just incredible, and I said then that I would do at least the first year, so until at least next March all of my AdSense would go to Mind. And so far we've had one payment of £61, which is very exciting, which has gone to Mind. and we will definitely keep that up until at least March. I personally think that I will then continue to use my AdSense to fundraise. We might change charities, so if there's other charities you think we should support that would kind of fit with what I do here, then drop me a comment again and let me know. But yeah, fundraising is something I want to focus on next year. I've not exactly figured out how. However, I did think about using August, which is my birthday month, to really focus on fundraising, and instead of having my wish list open, maybe closing my wish list and setting up a Just Giving page instead. So instead of people sending me books, which is always such a joy, maybe we could fundraise instead in the name of the channel. But that needs a little bit more thinking about, and also kind of plans for the whole year. But fundraising is definitely at the forefront of my mind at the moment, and something that I intend to do next year. And then the last one, so people set like channel goals and subscriber goals and all this stuff. I don't, because it just feels a bit presumptuous for me to be like, oh, I want to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. And like, I'm not having a go at anyone that does that, because it's obviously a really good thing to have things to focus on. But I think it's just my imposter syndrome just doesn't allow me to do that. So my only intention with Booktube is to continue to have fun and to continue to enjoy it and to continue to post videos that I enjoy and make content that I hope you guys enjoy. And that is pretty much it. Let me know what your intentions are for next year, what your hopes are. In terms of next year, it's all kind of just more of the same, really. I will be teaching and completing my first academic year as a teacher. I'm currently what's called an ECT, which is an early careers teacher, so I am continuously training and having to gather evidence, and it's basically as busy as being a PGCE student, but with 25 hours a week of teaching on top of it, which is why I'm a wreck of a human by the end of the week. But I will be completing my first academic year. That's kind of all I can plan for next year. Charlie will turn 13, which is outrageous, and we'll just see what happens. I hope things will get better, but who knows. But what I do know is that the book community is fantastic. You guys have pulled me through this year. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to be here and for chatting to me and interacting with me. It's super cheesy, but I appreciate it so much. So yeah. Okay, if you got to this point in the video, leave the cheese emoji because that was super cheesy. Please subscribe if you would like more of this chaos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks everyone. Bye.